Good morning, viewers. Today we will be finding the vertex by completing the square. We will be solving for potential x-intercepts, y-intercept, and finding the maximum and or minimum. Please like, comment, subscribe, and donate to my Cash App with a $sign up front, MLBFan. Here we see f of x is equal to negative 4x squared minus 10x minus 8. So in order to find the vertex, in this case, we must set the equation equal to 0 and then place the equation towards the end in vertex form. So negative 4x squared minus 10x minus 8 is equal to 0. So we want to add 8 to both sides. Then we will obtain negative 4x squared minus 10x equals 8. And then we want to divide everything by negative 4 to give the leading term a positive 1. So it's going to be x squared. And then off to the side, let's calculate negative 10 divided by negative 4, and which will equal negative 5 times 2 divided by negative 2 times 2. The 2's will cancel out, and then we're left with negative 5 divided by negative 2, and which will break down to 5 halves. So plus 5 halves x equals negative 2. So now we must start completing the square. So we divide the middle term by 2, which is 5 halves. So 5 halves divided by 2. So this is at the part where we will complete the square. So 5 halves divided by 2. In which will equal 5 halves divided by 2 over 1. And then we multiply by the reciprocal. We have 5 halves times 1 half. We flip 2 divided by 1 to multiplying by 1 half. And this will equal 5 over 4. So now we can rewrite this as x squared plus 5 halves x plus 5/4 squared is equal to negative 2 plus 5/4 squared. And let's have this marinate for a little bit. Let's move on to the next step. So we'll start where we left off on the previous page. So x squared plus 5 halves x plus 5 divided by 4 squared is equal to negative 2 plus 5/4 squared. So we look at the powers on the left hand side. See, they both have the power of 2. So this becomes x plus 5/4 squared. And then calculate -2 plus 5/4 times 5/4. So x plus 5/4 squared is equal to -2. We're going to make this a fraction and put it over 1, plus 25/16. 5 times 5 divided by 4 times 4. So now we need to get a common denominator on the where it says -2 divided by 1. So x plus 5/4 squared. And the least common denominator is 16, so it's going to be -2/1 times 16/16 plus 25/16. So x plus 5/4 squared is equal to -32/16 plus 25/16. And this will yield x plus 5/4 squared is equal to -7/16. Now we need to multiply both sides by -4 that we divided by at the beginning. Multiply by -4, and so this will become x plus, with the -4 up front. Let's rewrite this again. So with the -4 up front, multiplied by x plus 5/4 squared is equal to -7/16 times -4. We'll put this over 1, and this will equal 28/16. We'll do that in the next step there. So -4 times x plus 5/4 squared is equal to 28/16. Now we can factor, so -4 times x plus 5/4 squared is equal to 4 times 7/4 times 4. And the 4's will cancel out here and there. So it's going to become -4 times, -4 times x plus 5/4 squared is equal to 7/4. And then we subtract 7/4 to both sides. And we will obtain -4 times x plus 5/4 squared minus 7/4 is equal to 0. So it's going to become f of x is equal to -4 times x plus 5/4 squared. Let's give ourselves some more room here. So f of x will equal x plus 5/4 squared minus 7/4. So now we can pretty much see what our vertex is. So we set the piece underneath the power of 2 equal to 0. So x plus 5/4 equal to 0, and then subtract 5/4 to both sides. And x is equal to -5/4. Let's rewrite this again here. So x is equal to -5/4. And let's let this marinate here for a second. So our vertex, based on that, the vertex will equal -5/4, comma, -7/4. Now let's locate the x-intercept. So x-intercept. So we must go back to the part where we had -4 times x plus 5 divided by 4 squared is equal to 7/4. So now we divide both sides by -4. So x plus 5 divided by 4 squared is equal to 7/4 divided by -4. So x plus 5/4 squared is equal to 7/4. Put the -4 over 1 and multiply by the reciprocal, 1 over -4. And that is going to give us x plus 5 divided by 4 squared is equal to -7/16. So we take the square root to both sides. So x plus 5 divided by 4 squared is equal to plus or minus the square root of -7/16. Since there is a negative under the square root sign and it's an even root, so there will be no x-intercepts. Due to -7/16 being contained by a square root, and square roots are even roots. Okay, it's perfect. Let's let this marinate for a little bit. Now the y-intercept with the f of x equation equals -4x squared minus 10x minus 8, and then we substitute 0 in for x. So -4 times 0 squared minus 10 times 0 minus 8 will give us -8. So the y-intercept is equal to 0, -8. Now let's go back to our vertex from earlier. So our vertex, we found out when we worked on the problem was -5/4, -7/4. So let's have this marinate for a little bit here. So since we had a leading negative in the problem where it's set, it's -4x², so there is a maximum, and the maximum occurs, or let's say is, at -7/4, and that is the y value. So x and y. And the maximum occurs at x equals -5/4. So this shall cover everything for this lesson. If you need math help, text 559-744-3169 for services. And then donate on the Cash App with the $sign up front. MLBFan. Thank you so much, and let's learn math together.